wrote, "In the silence of soul's communion with the great cause of all being, into the stillness of the absolute, into the secret place of the Most High, back of the din and the ceaseless roar of life, we shall find a resting place and a place of real spiritual power." Brene Brown wrote, "When we fail to set boundaries and hold people accountable, we feel used and mistreated. This is why we sometimes attack who they are, which is far more hurtful than addressing a behavior or a choice." Let's affirm together. Oh, I haven't brought it up. Oh. Okay. When we fail to set boundaries and hold people accountable, we feel used and mistreated. This is why we sometimes attack who they are, which is far more hurtful than addressing a behavior or a choice. Now, let's affirm together. I create and maintain generative boundaries. And it's my honor to introduce Eugene.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Good. Did I turn this on? Yeah, I did. It is on, right? Yeah. Okay, great. Good to see everybody today. Trusting that your week is going well, has been well, and all of that good stuff. Yeah. Good. I want you to look at your neighbor and say, "God, it's so good to see you." And then look the other way and say that too. It's so good to see you. It's good to see you too. Good to see you, Ray. Good to see you, Scott. Whoo! Isn't that great? Okay, good. Dr. Holmes, and I use this a lot because it's so powerful, would quote and would say at the beginning of his show, radio or television, that there is a power for good in the universe greater than we are, and we can use it. There's a power for good in the universe greater than we are, and we can use it. The other one that I love from him is there is only one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. He would say, that life is my life now. I like to say, I am that life now. There is only one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. I am that perfect life of the infinite. But not only is that the truth for me, that's the truth for each and every one of us, right? For that infinite intelligence has set the intention to reveal itself as you, me, and we. Take a breath. That's a beautiful truth to embody. To embody. Now, what does that have to do with honoring my boundaries? So let me tell you just a little story before I learned how to set my own boundaries. At the very tender age, not too long ago, in my 20s. Hello, YouTube. Not too very long ago, in my 20s, I had a bunch of good friends. In fact, they're still good friends of mine. But these guys, and I was a part of this group, they would love to get into mischief. I won't say trouble, depending on how you're looking at it. But I was one of those, I was a part of the group. I was a part of that group, but I went along because I was afraid to set boundaries. There were some things that we were doing as a group that was just not cool. Just not cool, and just this close to being against the law, right? But I went along with it because I did not know, I wasn't brave enough to set my own boundaries, to say no. And until this one day, they come and pick me up at the house, and we're going to drive from Pasadena to Los Angeles. And I got this feeling within me, don't go. Now, up until that point, I would have ignored that, don't go, right? This time it was so strong, and we were turning the corner into a main street. I'm going, guys, let me out. Oh, no, man, come on. No, let me out. Let me out of the car. Now, these are my martial arts friends, and I was one of the, how could I put this? It was hard for them to beat me, right? because I'm really good on the mat that long ago. Today it's like, okay, I'm still kicking, just not so high. And they were like, oh, come on, man, come on. I'm like, no, let me out. And they got to the point where I'm like, okay, if you don't let me out, I'm going to whoop somebody's butt, right? And so they pulled over and all that good stuff. And they went to L.A. to do their thing, whatever that was. The next week, I heard that they all went to jail. For some minor stuff, right? But still, they went. Not me. Because it was that moment, it was at that point that I realized, oh, I have to set boundaries for myself to keep me safe. Let me honor my boundaries so that I am safe, so that I don't make any crazy decisions based on a fear that I might be talked about, based on a fear that I might get kicked out the group. Now, again, a lot of these guys, there are a few who have passed on, and the ones who have not, we are still friends after 50 years, right? So now, starting to set the boundaries. See, boundaries, honoring boundaries, there are levels to these things, to this thing called boundaries, right? So that was one level. Now, here's the other the level. When we get into relationship, anybody have any experience in honoring boundaries or not honoring your boundaries or the other person's boundaries? Anybody, or is it just me? Yeah, well, okay, yeah, right? There comes a point in the relationship where boundaries get crossed or at least get pushed up against. So now we honor our boundaries, and the best way to do that in relationship, guess what, is to have a conversation. To have a conversation. And usually for me, how that went was I didn't have that conversation. Again, I didn't have the courage to sit down to have the conversation that this doesn't work for me. And I did that for close to 16 years in a marriage. There was stuff going on in that marriage that I just did not like. It wasn't working for me, nor the family, but didn't have the chutzpah to honor my boundaries. There were situations that happened that I knew we shouldn't be doing, and I didn't have I'm going to say it like this, didn't have the guts to speak up. Didn't have the courage. Didn't love myself. Ooh, really, Eugene? Didn't love myself enough to set those boundaries until I began to do it. Now, when that happened, that shook up the apple cart. Oh, my God. And then it became the ex-wife, right? Actually, she divorced me because I was not playing that game. I refused to play that game. I was honoring my boundaries. So it's important to honor your boundaries. So if you are having an experience today where you might be thinking about boundaries that have been crossed, or you might be crossing some boundaries, and you know when you're crossing some boundaries. Or even if you don't know, the person whose boundaries you are crossing, hopefully they will give you a signal or a clue saying, hey, this isn't working, and then have a conversation. Conversation is so important. Man, communication is a wonderful thing, especially listening. Communication is a wonderful thing. And the most important part for me in communication is the ability to listen. Not just hear, but to listen. What is my friend really saying to me? What is my partner really talking about here? What is being said that's not being said? Right? So now we get to open up that boundary because I want to open up to allow love to flow through. So that's that level when we talk about relationships. Now here is one level that we don't talk about a lot, and that's crossing the boundaries within ourselves. See, all of those examples that I gave you were really about not keeping my own boundaries within myself. It wasn't about my friends. It wasn't about the relationship. It was about me. See, when we talk about honoring our boundaries, we are talking about honoring ourselves, right? So, if I allowed people to talk to me the way I talk to me, sometimes, oh my God, I'd have to call, Reverend Kathleen, can you come bail me out? because I just beat this person up for crossing the... If people talk to me the way that I sometimes used to talk to myself, oh, man. So I had to place my own boundaries on myself. I will no longer allow myself to talk to myself in this way. God, you are so stupid. And you will never make it. Oh, you are such a failure. You remember the last time that you tried this and you failed? Right? Set the boundary. No, I'm not listening to that anymore. No. You know why? Because there is only one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. I am that life. Now when I set up the boundaries, when I set up the boundaries to live the life that we are here to live, now I can step into allowing that perfect life to be my life now. Is this making sense? So, we are to step into the knowing that right where we are, the channel, the presence is here. The presence is here. Amen. The presence is here. As the song says, guess what? That presence is you. Uh-oh. And a hush comes over the crowd. That presence is you. You are the way that love shows up. You are the way that light shows up. Yeshua Messiah, Jesus the Christ. Will you quit bumping into me, please? Thank you, doctor. I need my boundaries. Our newest practitioner. Isn't she great? Now I forgot what Yeshua Messiah said, but one of the things that he was purportedly said was, "Be ye therefore perfect, as the Father within is perfect." Father in heaven is perfect, in heaven is within. So what we are talking about, in order for us to experience that perfection within, we have to honor our boundaries, which means for me is not to let anything keep me from stepping in that life. Does that make sense? Hello? Okay. Thank you. Right? So, because I sometimes need that feedback. So anyway, because that's my boundary. No. So when we are honoring our boundaries, we are really talking about standing true with who we are. See, one of the things that I really love, and it was on the song by Daniel Nahman. Deb, what was that last line? I know, right? She has to go through the song. To be the love of God. To be the love of God. So we honor our boundaries so that we can be the love of God. Yes, I am here to be the love of God, my God. I am here to be the love of God. Ricky Byers has a great song called Genesis. I'm here for my God to reveal what was said in the beginning. In the beginning, God. I'm here to reveal. We are all here to reveal whatever God means for you. Sometimes we can use the word God, love, peace, joy, grace, laughter. You are here to reveal all of that. Now, I can hear some of you saying, yeah, Eugene, but sometimes life gets in the way. No, life is the way. Life is the way. It doesn't get in the way. It is the way that we get to use to bring to the world our love, our joy, our peace. The boundary that I set for myself now, I will not let anything keep me from shining as the light that I am. That's my hard and fast boundary. Every morning I set an intention to do whatever it is. And usually the intention is to be peace-filled joy. I will not allow anything to take me from that joy. Now let me give you an example of what that means, right? I won't let anything happen to take me from my intention. Something happens and I get a little, oh, wait a minute. My intention was peace-filled joy. So when we keep our mind on our intention, when we keep our mind on our intention, when we keep our mind on our intention guides us. Because I set the intention to be joy-filled peace or peace-filled joy. So, are there any boundaries that you are ready to honor for yourself? Let me do it this way because I want to see. How many in the room, by a show of hands, just real fast, are ready to honor your boundaries? Yeah, ooh, that was the room. Wow, cool, I love it. So in this last 5 minutes, talk among yourself. I'm done. Oh, God, you guys, come on, lighten up. It was all right. Gee, that was a joke. I guess not, huh? But it is serious fun. It is serious fun. Life is to be taken seriously, but don't take yourself seriously. I'm going to tell you, and Dean will agree to this, that I am a joke-ster. Life is really, really good. It truly is. And when Dr. Holmes said that there is a power for good in the universe greater than we are, and we can use it, please take that or any other thing that you may come across in your reading and put it into practice. Embody that. I say those quotes every day. There is a power for good in the universe greater than I am, and I can use it. Oh, but I can also allow it to use me. Which means now, let me allow myself to be unlimited. Let me allow myself to be open. So allow yourself to be open, and that's a boundary that you can set. The boundary is I will not allow anything to close me down from being that beautiful vehicle instrument of the divine. And then allow it to use you. Allow it to dance as you. Allow it to laugh as you. Allow it to love as you. And as we allow that to happen, that's honoring our boundaries. That's honoring our boundaries. So, for this next week, oh, Eugene, don't do that one. Okay, I will. I'm just a messenger. So, in honoring your boundaries this week, set the intention, this is going to be a good one, for the next 7 days. For the next 7 days. Okay, 7 hours. Yeah, you laugh until you hear this, right? But for the next week, practice no complaining. You hear this one? Ooh. Now, that doesn't only mean complaining out loud. Because you cannot hear me complain. I can keep my mouth shut, but the complaining goes on here, right? So, for the next week, set the intention to do no complaining for 7 days. And then come back next week, and we'll ask you how that went. Now, no, don't tell them why. Okay, good. So, are there people who are willing to do that? Okay, good. Oh.
Does that include texting?
Yes, it does. Does that include texting? Yes. Complaining is complaining no matter the modality. I can sing Mary had a little lamb and make that a complaint. Mary had a damn little lamb. Yes. What is she doing with the lamb? I don't like that lamb. No complaining. And to end this, once again, going back to what Dr. Amish Shaw was saying about awesome, or all full, right? All full. But what I wanted, because I like words, right? So instead of looking at it as awful, how about being full of awe? And then set the intention. I am full of awe. Not awe, but awe, like in awesome. When we were doing our power statement, I am magnificent. I am. So whatever you said, that's what you are. I don't have enough time for the I am. So, honor your boundaries. Set up your boundaries, and then honor them. What are you not willing, do it this way, what are you willing to let go of that no longer serves you? Ask yourself that question. What am I ready to let go of so that I can honor me. See, because when we honor our boundaries, my brothers and sisters, we are honoring ourselves, which in turn means that we are honoring the divine within us. Let's anchor this in prayer. How are you guys doing? Take a breath. Waiting for my dear, dear friend to tickle those keys. So, we stand in the awareness of the One. And I speak this word from a place of gratitude. See, I'm grateful because I know that even before this word is complete, it's already complete. Before this word is uttered, it's already been answered. And so I give thanks as I recognize first and foremost that there is this infinite intelligence from which all things are created. It is the very nature of this intelligence to permeate and to penetrate and to fill the interspaces of the universe, meaning that there is no space where it is not. It can be called God, it can be called Allah, it can be called Krishna. It doesn't matter what it is called as long as we call it forth into our conscious awareness, recognizing that it is the source of our lives. It is that which causes the sun to shine. It is that which lights up every cell in our body temple. It is that which causes the wind to blow. It is that which is the source of our breath. See, there is no separation here. It is not the life of God separate from our lives. It's the life of God revealing itself in, through, and as our lives. And so this is what we honor. We step into this awareness, knowing that right where we are, love is. Right where we are, peace is. Right where we are, grace is. And this is the boundary that we set. That boundary is, I will not let anything move me from my peace. I will not allow anything to bump me off of my center. Because in my center, all life is good. So as we let go of all the thoughts of doubt and worry and fear, we allow these thoughts to fall away into nothing, recognizing that they have no power here. For there is only one power, and that's the power of God, revealing itself into and as each and every one of us. And everything that we engage in is sourced by that magnificent power that has caused everything to be. That same power that created the universe 13.7 billion years ago is that same intelligence that breathes our breath now. For this, and for so much more than my eyes can see, my ears can hear, or these words can possibly convey, I remain forever grateful and thankful. From the space of gratitude, I release this law. I release this word into the magnificent activity of love and law, knowing that once this word is released, the law lovingly returns this word unto us completely fulfilled, pressed down, shaken together, and overflowingly fulfilled. So fulfilled, we just simply and lovingly allow it to be. And we anchor this by saying, yes, and so it is. Peace and blessings.
All right, let's hear it.
And now,